Hello YouTube, this is Steven, and welcome back once again to the Minecraft Let's Play. Today, we're going down into the mines to collect a bunch of cobblestone, and then we are going to be, finishing the water slide project, which I'm very happy about. I guess we're going to go all the way down so that maybe we can get lucky and maybe run into, I don't know, something valuable down below. So I know I started this little thing here the other day. Let's see here, what have I been doing? Sorry, this wasn't the other day, this was a while ago, I guess, now. Okay. But we will continue it on. I'm going to continue this way because, I don't know, maybe something nice, something of value will end up over here. That'd be nice. Yeah, I don't know, I'll move forward and see what I run into. It'll be something nice or interesting. Maybe a diamond, more diamonds. I know they're really, really rare, but, you know. I have already run out. But I actually have all my resources on me this time, which might not be the smartest idea, but so far this method of mining I have had next to no problems with, and I already have a fresh pickaxe, but that's okay. I'll go and make another one because I'm probably going to need it very soon. Anyways, I am aiming to collect quite a lot here to make sure I have enough to just finish everything in one blow without having to come back here and do it, because the goal is to finish this tonight. The goal is to really, you know, like obviously the videos are, you guys are getting way more videos in a day now since I'm able to record for way longer. I've been recording for like, I think yesterday I recorded for almost 2 hours, actually, which was pretty insane. Compared to what I was doing, barely a 30 to 40 minute recording session beforehand. Basically only two videos worth, really. Sometimes less than that. Sometimes it would be less, especially towards the end there, before the laptop died. I was doing like only, I don't know, 30 minutes? Less than 30 minutes, actually. I guess part of it was because I was starting to get a little burnout on recording. And I wouldn't say it was burnout in the game. I was just burnout of... I sort of got burnout on playing this game and having to give commentary at the same time. But I feel like I've like this with... And it was also like, on the laptop, the game would go down to like 20 or 30 frames when I record, but the game would play closer to like 50 when I was on my off-camera world. And basically, I'd rather play this for a few hours with a frame rate that isn't terrible to my eyes, than to like sit there and have to give commentary on low frame rate stuff. And plus, at the point when my laptop died, I was sort of in between those projects, right? I had just finished the tower. I mean, there's still a few quality of life things I need to add to it, but like for the most part, it's done. And I was still sort of getting into the shoes of getting a new project started, this one here that we're on now, and kind of bringing it into fruition. And I was just sort of like a little bit burnt out on the YouTube aspect of presenting this game through like a commentary. Which that's technically what most people would call this, right? Because a lot of people do silent Let's Plays. I have kind of a question. Would you guys be interested in a sort of silent style Let's Play where I have another world save that I just do silently? Because I would do that, you know. I'd like to do that to expand the variety, maybe. I don't know, that's something I'd probably do maybe a little bit later. I don't know. But yeah, the game is, how do I explain even? It's just, it sort of put me in a weird position, I guess, because I do genuinely believe that, like, with the overheating and stuff, the laptop was getting worse, especially in those like final weeks. The problems with it started getting a lot worse, noticeably worse. So I've ended up being pretty happy with where I'm at, really, at this point. With the, even though this is on basically borrowed, and like I'm seeing, like right now I'm dropping down to 45 FPS for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know what could be near here that would destroy my frame rate like that. Because again, I'm new to PC games, and beforehand, consoles, usually the games made for consoles are made to the specs of the consoles. It's not like a computer where, like, you personalize your hardware. Not every game is going to run on the same on each system. So I never really, up until I started playing this game a few months ago, the concept of frame rate never really hit my head. I never really understood it, or really even heard of it until I really started playing this game. And then I tried the first day on that old HP laptop, and the FPS counter was like 5 frames, 10 frames. I didn't know what that was until I looked it up, and I was like, oh, okay. And then my cousin explained it to me better, because he's really, like, he's not like old. He's in like his, I want to say he's almost in his 30s, I think. I actually don't know. Believe it or not, I don't know. I know he was in high school in the early 90s, right? And his introduction to computers, he was in the AV club, right? He was in his school had an AV club. This wasn't in my town. This was like where he used to live, out of state. And so it was, I think it was like 92. He told me this story when we were getting this computer set up, actually. He basically told me that he was in the AV club. He liked radio and stuff, and just that old tech. He had been in it since middle school, and he liked the art of, like, tinkering around with old stuff, right? And you guys know, but I'm sure most of you know. I don't know as much. I mean, like, I have a 486 over here. At least that's what he told me. This is what it was, as a 486. This old white computer tower with the big monitor. He said that this is basically what it was like in the 90s. And everything was a little bit more touchy. You press a button, something jitters on, right? Like this other monitor over here, this one here that I have literally right next to me, which I need to move because I'm not using this. I'm probably not going to use this computer. He told me it'd be the games I wanted to try on it, that have like an Xbox port. I wanted to try the PC version. He already told me that this computer probably wouldn't run them. So I might give up on that and just, like, maybe, because he also told me why do that when you have a computer right here. So I'm probably going to put this computer back up. But he basically told me, like, everything in the 90s, like, I press the power button on this monitor. I don't know if let me grab the microphone. Y'all gotta listen to this. This is cool. Oh, wait, shit. Okay, never mind. I have it unplugged. I forgot I have it unplugged from the wall because a big storm came through. But maybe I'll show that off in another video. It's kind of cool. It makes like a deep buzzing noise. And he told me it's like all 90s tech is like that. Hold up. We've entered something. This makes me nervous though, because I have a lot of resources on me. Interesting that the music decided to kick in now. I'm gonna cover this up a bit just to prevent, like, any accidents. And I'm gonna light this place up with oh, well, we have more iron, which is exactly what I need. Anyways, he told me he was in AV club, and it was mainly like radio stuff. But he basically said, in 92, the AV teacher got this computer, basically. He said that the computer is known as a Compaq. And he said it didn't even have a CD player, right? Like most computers have now. It had what's called a floppy drive, which was these giant box thing. It's like slim little, they almost look like a thick piece of paper, really. And you shove them into the computers and it downloads things to them, or well, installs things, because I don't even think downloading was a thing back then. He told me he installed this program called MS-DOS, which was like a digital operating system. I don't remember how exactly he described it. He just simply said it's like the this computer's command prompt, the little thing that pops up in a black box in the corner of your computer when you press a certain button. You can type in like physical commands to it. He basically said that's all it was. That's all systems were in the 80s, basically. We have diamonds. Oh, we have more than one. I don't want those to get swept away. Hang on. Let's do some maintenance here real quick before I grab those. He told me, so he got this, and like the AV teacher, he was good at like radios and stuff. He before teaching, he worked at like a Radio Shack or whatever. But he basically told me, that the teacher had no idea really how to use a computer either, right? This was like a completely new concept, and computers before specifically 1995 were really hard to use. Like, they were not user-friendly at all. In fact, most computers back then were considered industrial. Like, only industrial companies would really use them because they needed something that powerful to run, like, machinery at a certain pace or whatever. But, you know, computers were starting to come into homes. And I think there was like a big blowback for that for a while because like the government invented the internet, right, for like I think like for military purposes, and the government was actually very uncomfortable with general civilians using a piece of technology that was meant for military purposes. And that's actually I didn't know that before he told me that, and I think that's kind of funny. To a degree. It's a little funny. Oh. Whoa. That's weird. Turns it into stone. Anyways. Basically, it was this big Compaq. It only ran DOS. And he said that he installed Doom, which I've never played Doom, but I've seen it online a little bit. He showed me what it was, actually. Because it was like the only game that computer could run because it didn't have anything. He said Compaqs were pretty... he said that Compaq and HP are the same company, so Compaqs are today's HP basically, and that helped me understand a lot compared to my experience with the HP laptop. But basically he said he played Doom on there, and then I think like a year later the teacher like finally put Windows on there, and I'm guessing that's like the first version of Windows. But he said it really inspired him. When he got out of high school, he bought a computer with Windows 95 when it came out, which is what this other tower is, the one that I looked at when I was first trying to figure out, you know, how could I run this game better than this stupid-ass laptop. And, you know, it like... Oh, that's dangerous. Holy hell, that's dangerous. I think I better go back up and put these diamonds up, because I have a lot of valuable stuff on me now. Ooh. But, you know, it's interesting. He told me he played, like, a lot of the old shooter games at home when he was, like, working. And, he basically, it was his introduction, basically. He said the best computer he got out of the 90s was a Dell Optiplex he got with it was like top of the line, so he could play Half-Life when it first came out. So yeah, he is one of the he played almost all of the games. He played nearly all of the old boomer shooter games, basically. And yeah, I think it's really cool because, like, again, only some of those games I played on like PlayStation and Xbox, like the ports of them. But not all of them. I'd totally love to, like... I could do Let's Plays of them